Welcome back to the Lipoedema Podcast. We are your hosts, Shell and Tiana, and it's another episode with just Shell and I. And today I thought we'd talk about food. Food. We love food. We are both foodies.
We love food.
We love food.
I love all food.
Yeah. Which can be really hard because food can be quite triggering, and it shouldn't be because it is so essential.
Totally.
It is so essential. And a lot of us have bad relationships with food. I know I did. I have healed, still healing, because it was a lot of not good relationship for a long time. So I'm not going to heal overnight, but I'm slowly healing and learning to really enjoy food again.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a healed place.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm not. It goes in waves, I think. So right now I'm in a pretty good place with my enjoying food. And I find in summertime I enjoy food a lot more because it's fresher flavors, I suppose, and it's lighter. You feel lighter.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, in winter I really enjoy the food, but the kind of food is heavier and it's harder to prepare.
Yeah.
It takes more time, there's more cooking involved, there's more forethought involved.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I wanted a good meal, you have to have forethought for winter meals, putting in the slow cooker and stuff like that. I mean, it tastes amazing, but there's more.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
I thought maybe we could talk about have a practical episode to talk about foods or meals that we really enjoy, for the people who might struggle to know what to eat sometimes, and especially with the lipedema diagnosis. And there's a lot of discourse around about anti-inflammatory, high protein, sometimes keto, sometimes carnivore. There's a lot of
low carb
about what we should be doing. And if you are a robot, then sure, carnivore and keto, go for it, because you'll find some amazing anti-inflammatory benefit. But I'm not. I need to enjoy my food, and I haven't found a flow with either of those methodologies or ways of eating. It hasn't worked for me. I'm not saying it never will, but right now it hasn't worked for me. But I do like the whole food approach.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've tried keto and low carb, and they weren't the right fit for me. But I think I have been reading this book at the moment. Named Ben Carpenter. I follow him on Instagram, and he's just this evidence-based fat loss. He's just awesome. So I've been reading his book, and he actually puts quite a few modalities together. So he's got, where you fast or you're limiting the amount of time you eat. He's got ones with plant-based. He puts all of these side by side, and the metric that he says, we're using the wrong metric to say whether they work or not. We shouldn't be looking at a lot of these things like the Mediterranean diet, keto. We shouldn't be looking at them as a weight loss thing, because they're supposed to improve our health markers.
Yes.
He said, so we're looking at them through the wrong lens.
Yeah.
But then he also says that the one thing they all share in common is that you eat less.
Yeah.
Because when you're filling up on proteins, you eat less.
Totally.
And so that's
your nutritional requirements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's sort of no matter what you're doing, if you're eating good quality food, you're just going to feel better and your health markers are going to go up. So there's no real clear winner anywhere there. So that's really exciting to read. So I might share some little snippets.
Yeah, and the keto diet was originally for people who were having seizures.
Yeah, epilepsy.
That's right. So, it depends what comes first in your, what you need to do. So if you have a medical condition that requires you to be in ketosis for your medical condition, that makes sense. But making it a weight loss avenue is a pretty dangerous way to go about it, because it feels like it's finite. Oh, I've lost the weight, I can eat normally now. Let's find what our normal is.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm in a really good normal at the moment. I love eating food. And I've mentioned before that I have a bit of a sweet tooth, and I haven't, I've tried to go no sugar, and, I've tried to cut it out completely. And I do find that restrict and binge cycle when I do try and cut out food groups, I operate on a lower carb spectrum, but not low carb. I'm not low carb.
Yes.
But I'd prefer a salad over a sandwich, for example. I'd prefer a meat, veggies, and a carb rather than like a rice dish.
Yeah.
You know, especially in the summertime. In the wintertime, I reckon I'd be moderate carb intake.
Yeah.
Because of the, curries, and I want curries with rice and yeah, or like a soup with some bread or something like that. So I think I'm higher carb in the wintertime.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think the same. And, that was something really hard for me, like now that I've got to this next stage, is letting go of that fear. I had so much fear around carbs because that's what we're sold. Like, that's what we're sold once you get diagnosed with lipedema. It's like, okay, keto or really low carb. And yeah, maybe I could do it for a week, but that would be it. And then, yeah, I couldn't do that. Like, it wasn't sustainable for me. And so now I'm learning how to eat. Well, I don't eat heaps of carbs, but they're in my meal. Like, they're in my plan. Like, I make sure there's carbs at every meal. Like, my favorite thing at the moment, if I jumped ahead, my favorite thing at the moment.
Let's go into favorite things.
My favorite food at the moment, because I'm a smoothie for breakfast, girl. So I'm like, grab a smoothie and go. So what I've done is I bought these little glass containers from Kmart, and I'm making this double chop baked oats. Oh, they are so good. So I have like baked oats with they got dark chocolate chips, and they're made with cocoa and an egg, and they're just beautiful. And then I put my YoPro yogurt on top, and I am so satisfied after having this delicious breakfast. Yeah. Like, I am loving those at the moment.
Yeah, I love, so when I had my twins, I was a smoothie girl. Like, first up in the morning, I'd have like a cacao smoothie. So it would be banana, cacao, ice, protein powder, like a chocolate protein powder, and avocado and spinach. So I'd have some fats in there and have some protein. And, obviously like the banana would be the carb and whatever. And I'd find it really satiating for quite a while. I'm more of a savory breakfast person at the moment, but that's intentional because I have a sweet tooth. And if I start with something sweet in the morning, I tend to crave sweet things all throughout the day. Whereas if I start with something savory in the morning, I tend to only crave something sweet, say at about like after lunch or 2 or 3 o'clock. So it just prolongs that craving a little bit more. I do find after lunch, I want something sweet. So today, Shell and I had a delicious salad, and it had spinach and iceberg lettuce, carrot, beetroot, tomato. I had olive shell.
I don't like olive.
No. Balsamic vinegar, pepitas, pumpkin seeds, and then chopped up chicken tenders that had like a crumb on it, right? So it's not no carb, like the crumb is a carb, and then, the balsamic vinegar was delicious on it. Now I'm talking a salad, not a salad. I'm talking like bigger than our head salad. So when you're eating a salad for lunch, you have to eat a big salad.
It needs to be like 4 cups of vegetables.
Especially if you don't have like beans or lentils and things in them, because there's nothing really filling about it. You've got to have a lot. Anyway, so we had a delicious big salad. And after that, I felt like something sweet. So we ended up having some dark chocolate with that. And I feel quite satisfied now.
Yeah, delicious.
A lot of my satisfaction with a meal comes from how busy I am afterwards, to be honest. So if I wasn't doing anything after our lunch, I'd probably want to keep snacking on things.
Okay, yep. And do you usually like sit down to eat your lunch? Like if you're here by yourself,
yes,
you would sit down for your lunch?
Yes. So Nova, and because I have my daughter's almost 4 months old, so I can't be by myself at the moment, except when my mum takes her, which is today, so that we can record podcasts. But if my twins are away, it's just me and Nova, and she would sit on a bouncer in front of me, and I would eat my lunch. So I'm interacting with her.
Yeah.
but I do tend to snack in front of the TV, and I recognize that that's not the healthiest of habits to get into.
It's mindlessly eating.
Totally. Mindlessly eating. And I do it to do something while I'm watching TV, which is really silly when you think about it.
It's just a habit. It's just a habit.
But it's one of my less healthier habits. But let's talk about more foods that we are loving at the moment. So go, Shell. Like, you've talked about your baked oats. That sounds
baked
amazing.
oats. So I generally for lunch will have leftovers. So from the night before.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really a lunch person. Like make something for lunch. It's more
Usually out.
I'm usually I'm at work.
Yeah.
So I'll just take a container, but I make sure that I've been buying the steamed fresh veggies.
Okay.
So I have an extra serve of veggies with whatever I'm doing.
That's a good idea.
So just to get my veggie intake up. One of my favorite recipes at the moment is chicken pesto pasta.
Yum.
It's so good. So good. So simple. And because my house, I've got a few celiacs in there now. So we buy this red lentil pasta and it's delicious. And so then everyone can eat it. And that was a big food fear for me as well.
Pasta.
Like pasta.
Totally.
Pasta was a big one for me to overcome. So then I just have that with my steamed fresh veggies and it's delicious. So that's a winner. And then the other night I didn't have pasta. And so I made it with some leftover rice. And apparently that trumps it. The kids were like, I want it with rice from now on.
Oh,
so I
chicken pesto
and then stirred rice through it. So that was really good.
And do you put like when you're serving that at nighttime, do you put it with vegetables?
Yeah.
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 Beautiful.
Have vegetables, or if we've got salad, we'll have a side salad.
Yeah.
I'm the buy a bag from Coles girl.
Of salad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, if I was at work and not on maternity leave, I'd absolutely be doing that too. When I used to work in the city and would be near like the Woolworths in the city, so every day I would go, they used to do like quarter or half serves of the barbecue chicken, and I'd get a bag salad and a quarter or half serve of chicken. And that's what I have for lunch, which is way more cost effective than going to get like sushi or a rice bowl or something from like one of the other eateries.
Yeah. Yeah, the bachelor's handbag's the best thing ever.
Yeah, I love a barbecue chore.
Yeah,
the bag salad approach is really good. Definitely when I'm back at work, I will be getting bag salads and doing the bachelor's handbag, as you said. But right now, while I'm home, I really like to make my own salads because I'm pretty particular about what I want in them. I do want the spinach and I do want the iceberg lettuce because it's yummy and crunchy. And I want olives in there and I want beetroot in there.
And then you're also in control of how it's cut and the sizes.
Totally.
So like, I like a big chunky salad, but my husband and my kids don't. So it was like, why are the pieces so big? I'm like, because I need to be able to taste pieces.
Yeah, because I made it.
You just eat it.
I must say it's such a pain to cut up everything. Like it is time consuming making good food.
But that's where the love goes into it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm enjoying being at home at the moment to be able to make really big, nice salads. But I also, instead of a salad, I might have a wrap. So the same ingredients, but in a wrap. And I find that to be more convenient if I'm like a little bit more on the go. Like it's sort of, I can eat it with one hand and like hold over if I need to. Whereas a salad, especially the size that, I think is a healthy portion, takes a while to eat.
Yeah.
It really does. It takes a good 20-something minutes to eat a big salad. So not conducive to being on the go.
Yeah. 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 The wrap is definitely how to get all those nutrients in there, but in a better package.
Yeah. More contained.
And what about dinner? What's a go-to dinner for you?
So I'm a meat and vegetable, like meat, veg and potatoes kind of girl. I'd be happy to have that every night. But I have kids and I have a husband who like a bit of variety. Mm-hmm. And I am Italian, so pasta is life, but it doesn't make me feel good if I have it all the time. So I'll make a bolognese, and my bolognese sauce takes a day to make. I like to take time and love into my bolognese sauce. And I've made it recently, and we did one night of spaghetti bolognese, and then we did another night where I made a lasagna from it. And so you sort of get 2 meals for the price of one, but it's hard to eat those successive days because pasta just doesn't make me feel great and I don't have an off switch. I don't have a I'm full mechanism for spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah.
So it makes it really difficult, especially if I'm having it at night time, because then I'm really full. And like through my pregnancy and still now I get a bit of reflux at night time. So with tomato-based meals, it's not great for night. But I don't say no to that food. If my kids want spaghetti bolognese or my husband wants spaghetti bolognese, absolutely. If I have time to make a sauce, we're having spaghetti bolognese. And I do love pesto pasta too. And my daughters love cheesy tuna pasta. So often, like once a fortnight, I will make a pasta, like a melted cheese and tuna, and I put either peas or pumpkin, depending, and they have that. But I just have to be mindful to eat it with something else. So put it with spinach, put it with something else to bulk it up a little bit so I'm not having as much pasta.
Yes.
It just really doesn't make me feel great and doesn't satiate me, but I love it. I love it. But yeah, if I could eat, so like salmon steaks is one of my favorites.
That's what I got for dinner.
Delicious. Love salmon steaks, and I'd have that with green vegetables and potatoes. But sometimes I make it with just vegetables and we make salmon Wellingtons.
Oh.
So I put, you just put the raw salmon steak in pastry, and I use pesto or something in the middle and wrap it up and put it in the oven so it cooks the pastry and the salmon.
Oh, wow.
And like I love puff pastry. Who doesn't, right?
Me.
You don't love it?
No, I can't eat puff pastry.
You can't, you don't feel well? Okay. But it tastes good.
I'm sure it tastes good.
It's like me with the pasta. It tastes delicious, but I feel terrible afterwards. Okay, so I love puff pastry. I probably don't have an off switch for puff pastry either, but because it's in a little pillow,
Yeah.
like you stop eating your portion.
You've had your portion.
You've had your portion. Right. So, and my twins like salmon Wellingtons. It sort of encourages them to eat the salmon.
Yeah.
They love the skin, the crispy salmon.
Ah, if you can get it crispy, that's delicious.
Yeah, they love that. So I love that they love that because yummy. We have sausages a lot, again, because the kids love sausages.
Just fried sausages?
Yeah, just put it on the fry pan and then pair it with meat and vegetables. They'll eat vegetables. I sort of give them one of each vegetable or two of each vegetable penny and give it a go. Like, not force them, but like say you really need to eat vegetables, and most of the time they comply. But like with my plate, I would have all of the rest of the vegetables and then the sausages and then, some carb in there. Sometimes they want bread with their like sausages, like snacks.
Yeah. Bunnings dinner.
Totally. Bunnings dinner. But I have to encourage them to eat their vegetables. But yeah, I really am like, I don't want to jump ahead, but my day on a plate, like ideal day on a plate, would probably be for breakfast, like bacon, eggs on seeded bread. And I sort of have like 3 like rashers of bacon, 2 eggs, and then the seeded bread that I get it from Coles, and it's very seedy and it's very brown and just, I don't know, it tastes like fancy bread.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd have for breakfast. And then for morning tea, I'd probably have like a yogurt. Like today I had apple and peanut butter, and maybe pair that with yogurt, apple and peanut butter, like a Greek yogurt, natural Greek yogurt. Or if I'm craving ice cream a lot, instead of ice cream, I do mango and yogurt. There's something about mango and yogurt together that cures my craving for ice cream.
Nice.
Yeah, banana and yogurt used to do it, but it's not doing it for me anymore.
Yeah.
It'll be mango and Greek yogurt. Anyway, so I've got like a cure for my ice cream. So that's morning tea. And then lunch would be like a massive salad with like crispy chicken. Well, we had today, that was like my ideal salad. Crispy chicken, delicious. And some like dark chocolate after that. And then in the afternoon, that's where I snack a bit. The afternoon is like my problematic time where I snack. So a healthy option would be like, the salmon, cans of salmon, the red salmon with the like little bones in them. So I'll have that on some rice crackers, not rice cakes because it gets all soggy, but a little rice cracker.
Oh, yeah.
I quite enjoy that because it's nice and salty and it gives me some extra protein. And then like meat and vegetables at dinner. That would be like my ideal day.
That's perfect.
I don't really drink my calories. I love a smoothie, but I would do it only in summer and only randomly as a treat. Yeah. If we've got like mangoes or frozen bananas or something.
Do you like sardines?
I don't.
Oh.
It's such a shame.
I know, I was going to
Because they're healthy.
because you said about the fish with bones in it.
Yes.
I love sardines.
See, that's something that I should get into, but I can't.
My family don't like me liking sardines, so I don't eat them very often. Same with tuna. They call it cat food.
Yeah, tuna's convenient.
I know.
That's why, I don't mind it. I used to have iceberg lettuce, tuna, and Caesar dressing as a salad.
Yeah.
Not ideal because you don't, there's not a lot of vegetable in there, iceberg lettuce isn't much of anything.
No, just water.
Just
Really.
water. But it's a delicious, maybe it's a snack.
Yeah, that would be
more of a snack.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your ideal down a plate, Shell?
Oh, well, at the moment it's baked oats and yogurt. I'm loving that at the moment. So baked oats and yogurt, and then I try and drink as much water as I can throughout the day.
Yeah.
So at a work day, so I have 2 breaks. So my morning break, I try to just I love chai lattes. So I found this Avalanche 99% sugar-free chai latte. So I'll make that and I'll sip on that while I have my break. Because last year I made the effort to not sit at my desk and work when I'm supposed to be on break. I've actually been going to the staff room and having a break.
That's so good.
And then I have another break at around 1 o'clock. And that's when I would eat my leftovers and
whatever you had the night before.
Yeah, whatever I had the night before and some of the steamed fresh veggies. And then when I get home, I'll either have some rice cakes with cheese or some yogurt with some of those Table of Plenty chocolate covered rice cakes. Yeah, the little ones.
Yes.
I love those. And then for dinner, it's just, whatever protein, veg, carb that we've got planned. We generally, so we go through and we figure out for the week what we're going to do. And there's usually cottage pie on there. So we make cottage pie with lentils in it and we use kangaroo mince. It's higher in iron. So we use kangaroo mince and lentils. And that generally makes 2. So I can put 1 in the freezer for another night's dinner, which is really cool. Pesto pasta chicken, salmon and veg, which we're doing tonight. A Sancho bao.
Oh, I love a Sancho bao.
Yeah.
Delish.
And I always try to get the lettuce cups right, and I can never get it right.
Neither.
And then someone the other day suggested just shredded lettuce. I'm like, that's a win. Shredded lettuce, and then my mince on top, which was
just like a salad. Almost like a salad.
Yeah, like a salad. Yeah. Loaded fries are big on our list too. So make a mince, like a beef mince or something and put it on fries. And I use Spud Light potatoes so I can eat more of them.
Brilliant.
But what else is on our list this week? I can't remember.
Mexican.
I love Mexican.
We love Mexican.
Love Mexican.
Yeah, we do. That's another popular one at our house. We do a Mexican mince night. And so I have all the toppings in bowls on the table. So it's the iceberg lettuce, the spinach, the cheese, grated cheese, corn, olives, tomatoes, it's all sitting there on the table. And then you've got wraps or corn chips. And so I actually find that the girls eat more vegetables when they can make their own concoction of whatever they want. So I find that to be a really fun dinner. And I like to have a wrap. Oh, I do black beans as well, put black beans. And sometimes I put it in the mince, but the girls are a bit funny. Sometimes they're okay with it and sometimes they don't eat the mince because the black beans are in there. So often when they're home, I have them separately, but I just encourage them to have some of the black beans. So they don't taste like nothing. So if I'm on the go and Nova's being a bit crazy or I've got things to do, I'll put it in a big wrap and I'll have a big burrito. But if I have a bit of time, I'll make a salad, a big Mexican salad, and crush some of the corn chips in to make it crunchy, which is really delicious.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I love a Mexican night.
Yeah. Yeah. We usually do the same and we'll have corn chips and wraps available. So I found these gluten-free wraps, which are really yummy. They're like a corn tortilla. So they're a bit yummy. And I've started, I used to just put them in the microwave. But now I find if you quickly pan either side, just give them a little bit of time in the pan, they're really nice and soft and yummy and warm.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Delish.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we're human, there would be things that we eat that probably don't serve us very well. I'm happy to disclose some of mine.
Yeah.
If you're happy, just
I'm happy.
tell us your.
I'm happy.
Okay. There's this, I can't remember the brand now, but there's this cheesy popcorn. And it's like, they have like lots of health claims on the packaging. Like it all looks very earthy. It's not junk food, but there's something about the cheese dust on the popcorn that's just delicious and I love it. Sometimes I eat potato chips, but that's because I'm searching for something to eat. And potato chips don't make me feel good. They really don't.
I don't feel good when I eat potato chips.
But like I love eating them. The crunch, the saltiness, the mouthfeel, amazing. But yeah, I'll have the cheesy popcorn instead of the chips. And then if I'm really desperate and I don't have something sweet, like if I don't have a dark chocolate at home and I'm going through a craving period, like maybe I'm menstrual or something, biscuits, cookies and biscuits.
Yeah.
Cake. If it's in the house, beware.
Yeah.
I have limited control at various times of the month with that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. And my kids love baking.
They can bring it to me.
They are always baking, especially like two of them are now celiac. So now they're trying all of these gluten-free mixes and they're trying gluten-free cookies from scratch. So yeah, there's always baked goods at my house and it's really hard to go, well, I don't eat, I'm not hungry.
Yeah, I'm
so hard. I'm not hungry.
I don't eat because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I eat because it's time to eat.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I eat to like fill some sort of
void.
There's a void. So there's certainly not a lot of there's a little disorder around my eating, but I'm just lucky that most of the things that I choose and genuinely enjoy to eat are healthy.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
Not so much.
Yeah. I love chocolate baked goods, especially a brownie. Brownies are good.
Yum.
Lollies.
Yeah, I'm not a lollies girl. I'll eat Cadbury chocolate by the pound, but I wouldn't say no to lollies unless it's in like a Rocky Road.
Oh, yum.
Sure.
Rocky Road's good.
Yeah. We probably shouldn't have finished on junk food and stuff that you shouldn't be eating. But I just thought.
But it's soul food. You need stuff for your soul as well. We can't be, it's like the 80-20.
That's right. I do like ice cream, particularly like when you go out in those gelati places.
Oh, I love
mountains of gelati. That's fun.
Yeah, I love. We drive to Brunswick Heads just to get gelato. There's a beautiful gelato space. So it's about an hour from my house and we drive down there just to get the gelato at Bernardi's. If you've ever been there.
I'm going there now.
It's delicious. It's delicious. So, but otherwise I don't eat ice cream. Ice cream doesn't make me feel good.
Yeah.
So yeah, the gelato's different.
Yeah, I'm not getting the satisfaction out of ice cream that I used to get. I had a really big fixation with Ben & Jerry's for a while.
Okay.
And it was really unhealthy for me because I couldn't stop because, they're quite large punnets. And if
they're like a litre? They're like the litre?
If I sat there with the punnet, I would have to eat the whole thing. That's almost an entire day's worth of calories. Not that I'm advocating that we talk about calories. This is not a diet episode. But I'm saying that I recognize that was not good for me. And so getting out of the habit of having Ben & Jerry's once or twice a week was the best thing I ever did. And the dopamine response has gone away.
Yep.
And I've replaced it with that, as I said, mango and yogurt, Greek yogurt. It is actually filling that void a bit better. Or a high quality gelati, going out with the kids and getting something high quality.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's special occasions and that's like food should be celebrated. We should be enjoying it. And I think it's as soon as we put any restrictions in place, like if you say, oh, you can't eat chocolate, well, what's the first thing you're going to want to do? And you're going to eat it all instead of just that's enough.
Yeah.
Like usually a row, that's enough.
Yes.
That's
right.
And a scoop of ice cream, that's enough.
Yeah.
So it's just learning all those things. But if you like the corn, what'd you say? Popcorn with the cheesy.
Oh, the cheesy.
Have you tried the cheesy corn thins?
But maybe I should.
They're delish.
Okay.
They're yummy. And I put a piece of cheese on top. So yummy.
We'll try that.
Try those.
Amazing. It's like finding swaps that are healthier. Like my diet doesn't need to be perfect. I'm not pedantic. I do recognize if I eat something that doesn't make me feel good, I recognize not feeling good now.
Yeah.
Like I'm more attuned to my body now.
Yeah.
And that's where I'll make better decisions if I'm able to.
And that's more the intuitive side of things, which once you let go of diet culture, you can actually go, hang on, what do I really feel like? When have I had enough? You can tap into that. Yeah.
It's a better energy than I can't have this because of my lipedema, or I can't have this because of my inflammation.
Well, yeah. Well, was it last night? The kids wanted to do a McFlurry run to McDonald's. And so I went, oh, okay, I'll do the run. And we got there and I'm like, this makes me feel crappy. So I went home and I had a chai latte and a piece of dark chocolate.
I love that.
And I felt so good. And I didn't feel deprived because I'd made the choice, not I can't have it. It's just, how's that going to make me feel?
The
and
energy is so different.
Makes it so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you feel good not only because you ate something like better for yourself, but you also feel good because you made that decision.
Yeah.
Like you took your power back.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a nice thing to end on.
Yeah.
I love that. If you guys have any meals or snacks that you like particularly love, please share it with our community because we're always up for more ideas. I mean, you've got to eat multiple times a day. Sometimes it's so annoying trying to work out what to eat.
Yeah. I'll put my baked oats recipe up.
Yes, please. All right, everyone. Till next time.
Thank you for listening. The Lipoedema Podcast 2025 is powered by Elegance Lymphatic Care. Lipoedema and its symptoms vary from individual to individual. The opinions and advice voiced in this podcast are of a personal nature and used for educational purposes.
Please take away from this podcast what resonates with you, and please see your GP or preferred specialist for diagnosis and healthcare. We are Shelley and Tiana from the Lipoedema Podcast. Until our next episode, bye for now.